Okay, this is talking spoilers and ending for the Irregulars. This is your warning.
Okay. Hi, my name's Kay.
And I'm Ruben. What's happening?
And you're watching the Ruby Tuesday.
Welcome. We will carry on and talk coherently
normal
in a
now.
second. Yeah. Okay. So there's 8 episodes. There are moments in this that I really loved. I love the fact that each episode is mostly its own storyline until we get to the last 3. So one of the episodes I particularly liked was about the Tooth Fairy. I think I
that
mentioned.
really creeped you out.
Oh my gosh, man! I don't know how much of it comes from the graphic novels, but the fact that this entity was cloning kids from the teeth and didn't take the one teeth, but took all the teeth, man. Like, I hate dentists, but seriously, that is
Imagine
wrong.
waking up in the morning, you have no teeth.
Mum,
Mama, the
Yeah.
Tooth Fairy came.
Yeah. I really like the birds episode as well with our character from Game of Thrones.
Yeah,
I thought
he's a great actor.
He was excellent. He's got so much presence. The fact that we get him come back, I think it's the last episode as well.
Second last?
Second to last? Yeah, okay, yeah, second to last. But that first initial episodes where he's controlling all the birds of the city, great kind of reminiscent to Alfred Hitchcock's The Birds, obviously.
Very much so.
All that pecking on the glass in the windows, really creepy. If you especially are scared of birds or if you have a phobia, that one is particularly one to watch out with.
And also very sad, very heartbreaking. His story was just desperately heartbreaking.
I think that's partly why it made it so enjoyable, is because all the characters you felt for, they all had backstories. Even the bad guys have backstories.
Yeah.
Except for our main bad guy. He's kind of just bad.
Yeah.
Like, and how did he keep his white suit white?
Well, we have wardrobe to thank for that.
Also, let us know in the comments below, when did you pick up that he was the bad guy? I think we figured out I was like, hang on a minute, he's too nice.
As soon as I knew he was on his way, I was like, he's the bad guy.
I'm on my way. Why are you on your way?
He's going to be the big bad guy.
Yeah, you're the bad guy. You're the big bad. Yeah, so let us know when you figured it out. I think we figured it out fairly soon.
So other things that took me by surprise that actually I really liked was the fact that Watson was in love with Sherlock Holmes.
Yeah, that was good. I did figure that out pretty quickly.
Did you?
Yeah.
I was really hoping that they weren't going to just go with the jealousy storyline, that it was, it was Sherlock's greatness and I'm tired of living in his shadow kind of thing. That it actually was, I just want him to see me. I want him to notice me, that I am someone to look at and consider. And I thought that was actually quite heartbreaking.
Yeah.
So in the whole storyline, you have these characters that are all broken to a certain degree. In fact, every single character that is in the story has a broken sort of
I think that's
brokenness
what's
and
very
background.
appealing, because they are so real, because they are broken.
Yeah. I mean, even the prince, who...
He's my favourite character.
He is my favourite character
of the series.
too.
Because he is this prince, you expect him to be this pompous ass. But immediately when you find out that he's been kind of kept in this room his whole life because he has that issue with if he gets knocked, or he could have internal bleeding, he could die from it quite easily. That moment when he jumps off the balcony, man, flipping heck.
I thought he was going to die. I thought he was going to crawl to them and then be dying in the bed when she came back. And
so he's trying to find himself alive.
I think they all are to a certain extent. There's this whole bunch of people who kind of get thrust together by the circumstances and by fate, I suppose, because they are actually all kind of connected apart from Leopold, who has really nothing to do with them at all.
No.
But yeah, it was really interesting just to see how they wove all of their stories together.
Which brings us to the ending. So talking about Leopold, what he had to give up. I mean, gosh, he obviously, I think his life won't be hard. He's living a royal life apart from, having to attend all these events and being that person.
Put on a face.
Yeah, being that person on Showcase. The person he's going to get married to seems like she's a lot of fun. And that I imagine that they would agree. This is what I think is going to happen in the second season. That they're going to agree to spend time with who they love. But when it comes to the public face, they hold hands and blah, blah, blah. And he will have to have kids with her.
Yeah.
This is going to get complicated.
It's going to get very complicated.
So we have
I don't think B's going to put up with that.
Which is why B was asking, how do you stop loving a person? And obviously... what's
Well,
his
Watson,
name? Watson
he
says.
can't help. He hasn't stopped.
Did you see what he did there? What's his name?
Well, very good, babe.
You like that? Yeah,
Yeah,
you
good.
can't. And so we have her kind of heartbroken. What I'm hoping will hap in the second season is that they live in the house with him and they form
Yeah.
a detective agency with him, and then obviously a new rip will open up or some sort of supernatural MacGuffin will spur them on. Maybe Sherlock will jump out of the portal and go, guys, something's coming, we gotta stop it, we have 4 days, you know, something like that.
Maybe.
Would be great.
Referring to Beyond the Rift is purgatory. Although where the power actually comes from is a bit of a mystery, because it was a bit weird that if you pray, you got powers.
So I'm not sure it is purgatory.
Yeah, I don't think it is.
Because that was what Sherlock said. He was the one that jumped to the conclusion that it was purgatory. She said she's been stuck there, and there are multiple.
It's a place where spirits stay when they don't want to move on.
That doesn't mean it's purgatory.
Yeah.
It could be just a veil in between the spirit world between ours, and you know, she could be just she was alone, but there's lots of people there. It doesn't mean it's purgatory. She also said there were very, very many universes or planes.
Yeah,
so
many realms.
Maybe that's where the power came from. Because why then, when the portal opens, do people that use religious faith get the power? There's something spiritual, actually spiritual, going on there. It's not a science MacGuffin, it's a spiritual MacGuffin.
Indeed.
So that is kind of where the ending explained. It kind of goes in a little bit of a what?
Or is it? Sort of
or is it?
Yeah.
So now we have Sherlock and Mommy Dearest in wherever again. And the kids are living by themselves again. So, like I said, I'm hoping that we get Leopold come back after a term, after he's been to Europe. Where did he say he was going?
Europe,
yeah. And then they end up doing cases again with Watson. And there's a supernatural thing that will bring them back. I think it could easily, as long as it finds its audience, I think we could do that.
Yeah. I think they need to be very careful. I don't know what there is in the graphic novels and how much material there is to work with, but if there is more good material, then go for it. I think don't create a second season just for the sake of making a second season if the first season does well.
Yes, because one of our favourite series with the kids with powers, The Umbrella Academy, is getting its third final season, so we thought. Third season. And we thought that was it because that's all the graphic novels that there are. And now we're hearing that they might get more, but there isn't any more. So that means they're going to be writing it. And that makes me worried. As long as there's good content to create stuff, then yeah, go for it. Otherwise, don't do it.
Please.
Not
that they'll listen to us.
No. Who are we? All right, so let us know your comments below. Who's your favorite character? Where do you think it's going to go? Thanks so much for watching this. But most of all, until next time, remember,
Live long and Tuesday.
Yeah.